Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Another day, another video talking about the salt of John Boyega. John Boyega has been very, very vocal lately about his disappointment in Star Wars and pretty much the world. And, you know, we saw
stuff like this, though.
I'm going to give him this one. Absolutely. So let's talk about that. John Boyega was not happy with a perfume or cologne commercial that he created, and they wound up cutting him out of.
Yeah, this is pretty bad, actually. This is absolute crap. I'd be mad too.
Yeah.
So it was an ad for China?
It was an ad for China.
Okay. So I didn't know that until I saw After China, and I'm like, oh wait, this is for China? That makes total sense now.
Yes, he should be used to being replaced. In China. John Boyega, of course, we're talking about when he was Finn in The Force Awakens. On the poster, the original poster, he had, you know, a nice big headshot on the original US poster, and then when they shipped it off to China, they shrunk him down itty bitty because you can't let the Chinese know we got dark-skinned people.
You know, they also had a big headshot Claude at one point too, but they shrunk that off completely.
Yeah, nobody wants to go see a talking cock.
No.
Barbed, especially. It's yeah, so anyway, we're going to talk about that before we do. Just real quick, guys, real quick. If you go to shopclownfish.com for a couple of days, you can get 20% off anything in the store. We've got some new stuff coming, but
I don't think it's going to come to after the specials.
Probably not. We've had a third party that handles our merch for us now, but shopclownfish.com. I know what is new is this hat, which I'm going to get one of these hats.
And that counts on the sale. So
it does. You can get this hat for 20% off, and you can get the Bubbly Steve in black too, or pink. I don't like that one, but I like that one. And I like that one.
I like the pink one. I like the blue one.
The blue one's awesome. So there we go, guys. Shopclownfish.com. It keeps us from having to do Raid Shadow Legends spots. Nobody wants that, right? Okay.
So they won't be offering now. No, they probably will. They just offered the other day. Anyway.
They did. They keep upping the ante. Every time they come to us, they're like, $500, $700. What?
We're like, no, thank you.
The price is wrong, Bob.
We will let people do stuff if it's something that we think people would actually use and like. Anyway, continue.
Anyway. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. The Star Wars actor was replaced with a Chinese star, despite having directed and conceived of the original video, which featured John Boyega's real life family and friends.
Right, so let me. Okay, so he directed it, right? As far as I know, it was his thing. It was supposed to be about his life. He used his life experience, his life stories, his family, and his friends in a video about him for this cologne, because that's what they said they wanted. And then they turned around and reshot the scenes with reshot the whole thing with the people they approved of, apparently. Why hire him then? Why flip hire him then?
Well,
the insult is strong here.
For that market, they took all the black people out.
That's just, but they kept all his personal stories and everything in it. Just refilmed it without, because I guess I said in the original version it was very diverse. It had a lot of different kinds of people in it. It wasn't just black people. And then when they redid it, it became a lot lighter skinned. Yeah, is my understanding.
Yes.
Let's go to the article and find out.
Okay, so Jo Malone London, the British perfume and scented candle brand. I hope they don't have Jo Malone's vagina scent candle.
Okay.
Because, you know, that's the thing to do. Everybody wants their candles.
I don't know what mine would be. Depends on the day.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Jo Malone London has issued an apology to John Boyega, who was last year named its first male global ambassador, for taking a personal video he made for them and reshooting it for the Chinese market. In the process, removing not only the Star Wars actor entirely, but not featuring a single black individual. So it was
his family and his friends,
and they took them out because it's China.
But they kept the same stories that were his personal stories and just put, Chinese actors in.
Right. The company describes its actions likely to be seen as yet another example of perceived anti-black prejudice.
Okay, sure.
In China that has already been widely reported on in recent years as a misstep, and said it was painful and caused offense.
How would it not cause offense? What planet would you sit there and think this is a really good idea? And it's one of those, I'd rather, ask forgiveness and permission kind of thing. But it's like, how would you even think this was okay?
Oops, he saw it.
I know. I mean, how could you even think this would be acceptable.
The new ad kept major elements of the script at first, but replaced Boyega with local actor, Liu Haoran? I can't pronounce their name, star of the hugely popular Detective Chinatown film franchise. The Hollywood Reporter understands that Boyega, who conceived of and directed the first film, wasn't made aware of the new commercial's production and only found out about it after it was put up on Twitter.
Well, he has a right to be mad. I don't blame him one iota. I mean, I'm mad for you.
So now there needs to be a clause when you do something like this for somebody. Be like, you're not going to take me out of it and replace me for whatever. But, you know, the other side of it, too, is the contract might be like, we own it lock, stock, and barrel, and we can do with it whatever the hell we want to do.
I know, but it's still just a douchey thing to do.
It's a douchey thing to do. But
you said about clauses. It reminds me, if you've ever had, like, a lease or rented property or something, and then they have these weird, or anything, that they have these weird, like, clauses on. Like, we rented a place once, and you weren't allowed to drive vehicles inside the building, the house.
You couldn't ride a bicycle inside the house.
Right, and then there's different things that you couldn't do inside the house. And then I'm like, wait, why would you? And then, you know, it's like, why do we need a warning on hair curlers, curling irons that say external use only? I mean, you need to tell us this? I mean, what happened that you need this?
Somebody was having a hot time. I'm
just like, why do we need these warnings unless somebody did something really dumb?
Now, what does that smell like? Probably bacon.
Okay, I won't explain why you know that. Anyway.
Probably smells like bacon. I would know. Anyway, that's a long story. We're not going to tell it.
No,
in this
he did
video.
not stick a hot curling iron up any orifice of any person. Just skipping it.
Deeply apologize for what on our end was a mistake in the local execution of the John Boyega campaign.
Yeah, there's an execution on this campaign, all right.
Jo Malone London said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, John is a tremendous artist with great personal vision and direction. The concept for the film was based on John's personal experiences and should not have been replicated.
Exactly. He's a tremendous artist with great personal vision and direction, so much so that we just stole it wholesale and put other actors in it. Because him being black was apparently problematic.
The company said also apologized to Haoran, I can't pronounce these names, who was not involved in the concepting of the campaign.
Well, he probably wasn't. He probably didn't know. He probably was just told, here, go act this out. And I mean, I'm sure he probably wasn't told.
Right. While we immediately took action and removed the local version of the campaign, we recognized that this was painful and the offense it caused.
I just can't wrap my head around this.
We respect John. Did we mention we respect John? We just don't want him in the Chinese ad because
and we like
China.
He's great. He's a great man of vision that we're going to steal.
We respect John. Support our partners and fans globally. We're taking this misstep very seriously.
I can't believe it's even heard.
And we're working together as a brand to do better moving forward. So John should be, unfortunately, used to being minimized in China. The original short released last year entitled London Gent showed Boyega on the streets of his home district of Peckham in London, hanging out and dancing with real-life friends and spending time with his family, who also appear. I saw his, I saw some of his Instagram videos. He's always, like, partying with his friends and stuff. In one scene, he rides a horse in a local park while others ride bikes alongside him. So he said Boyega used the campaign to highlight his background. There's a mixture of things you can see me do in the film. Can see me in a professional environment on the film set. Then when it's family, it's about breaking free of the concept of going back or returning to your roots, more about the roots existing on this new side of my life. So the reshot Chinese film sees Haoran also hanging out with friends and also atop a horse in the park while others cycle by. But alongside the absence of Boyega, the main noticeable difference is that whereas London Gent features a mix of ethnicities, the Chinese ad doesn't include a single black person.
That's just, I can't. So, why not just make something new? Why not just hire someone from China to make an ad for China that was different? Why not?
That would make the most sense.
You're spending the money anyway. You're hiring other actors to replace it and duplicate it anyway. You're already refilming it anyway. Why not just do something new? So it wasn't like, because I mean, this is just, you know, if you're going that far.
Yeah.
I can't even.
The Chinese poster for The Force Awakens ignited backlash.
Yeah, talk about that, yeah.
But they said I didn't even notice that. Other non-white characters, including Poe Dameron and Maz Kanata, were cut out entirely. Maz Kanata's, she's voiced by a black woman, but she's
not
orange.
Even real.
She's orange. Orange woman bad.
Well, you know, there's jokes to be made there, but we'll be good.
It's not the first time that a Chinese advert has come under fire.
Yes, I was going to mention
detergent commercial.
Oh, our daughter brings it up all the time. She's so appalled by it. There was a detergent commercial where they basically they put the black guy in the washing machine. He came out white.
Yes.
my daughter, to this day, is still so offended by that commercial. It's ridiculous. She's just like, she brings it up. She's brought up like last week about how, about everybody being accused of racist. And she's like, well, speaking of racism, how about that detergent ad? I mean, she's like 13 and she's, this is ridiculous.
I don't think John Boyega is going to be doing anything for China anytime soon. I
can't say I blame him.
Yeah, in this case,
or for, well, not for Jo Malone London, at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, Boyega has been very vocal lately. Some things he says I don't agree with. Yeah. Some things he says I do agree with.
Yes.
But it's pretty obvious that, at least when, as far as Chinese audiences are concerned, he's kind of been sidelined, I guess is the best way I could put it. So yeah, I'd be pissed.
I'd be more than pissed.
I'd be like, wait,
ridiculous.
My ideas are good enough, but you're just not going to put me in it because.
And most of the insult to his family and friends too. It's not just him. They're insulting his family and friends, where he lives, where he grew up. It's an insult to your whole everything. So
why don't you just take that guy and like you were saying, just shoot a new commercial and he can talk about his life.
Right, make it relevant to China, and there you go. I mean, you already did all the work anyway, sort of having another script written. Just have a director write that, and then there you go, boom. I mean, it wasn't much of a difference at that point.
It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like Power Rangers in reverse in some ways. Like we're gonna take these English or American things, and then we're gonna take all the black folks out and the Americans out, and then we're just gonna pop our own people in there.
I don't know. It's just.
And yes, I know Power Rangers is Japanese. I'm just saying it's when you're replacing
you better
actors.
clarify.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get people to be like, it's not Chinese. It's Japanese. Super Sentai, which is much better than Power Rangers. By the way, Squid King and I watch it. I'm just saying, like taking the exact same thing and like just shoehorning other actors in because of the cultural differences.
At the end of the day, though, dude has a real reason to be pissed. I mean, like I said, it's not just insulting him; it's insulting his family, it's insulting his friends, it's insulting where he's from. It's just, I mean, this is like this is a little finger to everything you are, because you put it all in there, and so it's like I can't even. I mean, who thought this was a good idea?
I don't think they really thought about it.
Clearly not. I mean, anybody with any sense of decorum or class at all would be like, you can't do that because that's like not cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually agree. I agree this time. He has a right to be absolutely pissed. I would be
furious. Yeah.
I'd be furious too. So we're going to wrap that up. We're going to wrap this one up. And,
I don't know if apology is going to be enough on this. I think lawsuit probably happening.
Well, it depends on the contract, because again, there might be a clause in there that you basically, even though it's your story, you signed over the rights, and they can do with it whatever they want.
And that does happen. Just FYI.
It does. You can write an autobiography. If you don't read the fine print, they could like take it wholesale and just like rewrite it and be like, no, it's ours now. We own this now.
It's a biography.
Mine. All right, gonna wrap it up?
Yep.
Okay, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.